Hey, what's up, guys? We're gonna try something a little bit different today when I film off my phone instead of the camera that I use. But what's going on, guys? So I'm gonna talk through kind of my before and after, and kind of what my self-improvement journey's been as I kind of started when I got out of high school until now at 30 years old. So it's definitely been a journey along the way, but. So I'll just go through some before and afters, what I used to do, and now what I'm doing now, and how maybe some of that can help you guys. So um, first thing I'll go over. So before, I got really in really good shape, and what I'm doing now. I used to lift pretty heavy. I used to do all that, but I was just eating everything. Like we're talking whole blocks of cheese, like big nasty boy, just whatever it was, I was eating it. And believe me, you'll get big off of that. You'll get muscular, but I was getting fat at the same time, 100%. So not exactly the way to go. Now after, I kind of realized, and as I started to get better, that's when I was tracking my calories. Maintain that 500 calorie deficit every day to lose weight, and then I upped my protein every day to maintain muscle. So as I was going through, instead of just gaining muscle and getting fat, I was able to really stay lean and ripped and maintain that muscle as I dropped the weight and developed the body that I wanted. Let's go to number two. So before I really gained confidence, and before I got to where I wanted to be, didn't really care about look, lack style, didn't really care about any of that, didn't understand any of it. After started using hair gel, had a specific hairstyle, pretty much what I'm rocking now. Did a little stint with the faux hawk for a while, but that didn't last long. Jewelry enhancements. I had my ears pierced, different necklaces and that sort of thing. And then a specific clothing style. Everybody's got to kind of have their style or whatever it is that looks best on you, as far as hair, jewelry, clothing, and that sort of thing. And not everybody's the same. Everybody looks a little bit differently when it comes to that. So it took a while for me to develop how I wanted my look to be. But before, it was just all over the place. Wasn't really a good look. Kind of see in the picture that I'll post as the intro picture on here. You'll see how my hair is just not really anything good. It's just all over the place. So developing that takes time. So third thing, before I had really low confidence, low self-esteem. 100% was a people pleaser. Wanted people to like me, wanted them to, I guess, see me as someone that they would want to hang out with, even if it wasn't the real me, even if it was me just making up some bullshit to get people to, to rock with me, so to speak. Even if it wasn't me, the me that I wanted to portray, I was just trying to be liked, trying to have people, of all walks be cool with me and go from there. So not the way that you really want to live. After, as I continued to progress, as I've gotten, more and more into the self-improvement game, that's when I started developing pretty high confidence, a belief in self, and then standing on your principles, not folding and being agreeable all the time. There is something to say about being agreeable in certain circumstances, but overall being agreeable just as a person is usually a negative thing if you're always agreeing with everything everyone says and not standing on your own principles and your own beliefs. So it took a while for me to develop that, and to stop trying to be a people pleaser, so to speak. So we'll go number 4. Before, I had a very limited mindset. So never having left the area I grew up in, you only really see you know, the small town vibes where I'm from. You don't see like a lot of the how many things there are out in the world, all the different stuff you can do, all the different places you can visit. You're just in that small town, and it's, you know, same job, same level of income you can make. Nothing incredibly crazy that you can do, and you just kind of get stuck in that mindset. And then as I progressed and as I started, once I got into the Army and then moved to these different locations and whatnot, and you see all these different things that are different environments, different mindsets, different cultures, you start to see how many different activities and things are out there. Your mindset starts to expand. You start to understand everything that is possible in your life, and you get out of that mindset. I'm not going to say that small towns are bad, or that, you know, if you want to stay in the area that you grew up in, I don't think that's necessarily bad. But I think at some point, seeing other locations and getting a different perspective absolutely helped. Absolutely helped me to kind of improve my mindset and see all there is out there, as opposed to, you know, seeing just what your place you grew up in has to offer. And then finally, I'd say before I got on the self-improvement journey, I had anxiety about most things. Even things as little as going to the supermarket and doing grocery shopping for myself. When I first got out on my own, that was something I was pretty, you know, had some anxiety about. It's like, oh man, where do I go? What do I buy? Like, how do I cook all this stuff? And so, you know, as I, you know, developed confidence, as I, you know, learned more and more and developed myself, now you're always going to have a little bit of anxiety about things, but it's not to the degree that I had before. I would say back then I had anxiety about a lot of things, and now it's on, you know, very, very little. Only when, you know, you're still always going to get nervous, you're always going to have some issues to a degree. But as you develop that confidence, as you continue to improve yourself, that anxiety starts to fade away a little bit, to where you don't have to worry about it as much. It's in the background instead of in the, you know, it's a side character instead of being a main character in your story, so to speak. So just wanted to make a quick video with that. Not gonna go too long. Wanted several points, just going over some of the stuff that I noticed before I started really improving myself, and then how things have changed after. And we're always improving. It's never going to be done. You're never going to be completely, you know, maxed out to the point where you can never be better. But I just wanted to give some of the things I've noticed from then until now. All right, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what else you want to see. Peace.